Hi friends. So, we talked about sewing plans. So, here I am to show you some of the clothes I made. I have a very messy room. This is the desk. You're sitting on top of a sewing machine on the desk that you usually see me film at. I've got a gin and tonic with the last of some gin I brought back from my last trip to the UK. Is this Edinburgh gin? It's like a rhubarb flavor. Delightful. And hopefully the sound is okay. I have my external mic, which isn't great for like how the clothing hangs, but whatever. Also, overall view isn't going to be fantastic because maybe if I like point this down a little. Okay. Hold on. Right on. This we call the Murphy bed. Because see, it's like against the wall and it could come down if it wants to. Saves money on an actual Murphy bed. So anyway, you're going to see this fabric a lot. I bought a ton of it years ago to make like 2 robes. I was going to make one for myself. I was going to make one for my sister. Maybe I was also going to make one for my stepmom. I don't know. Anyway, I made nothing with it. So I'm using it as like tester fabric for new clothes. So I made this dress. You can see it's a dress. It's okay. It's a little bit tight across there, but you know, good for floating around in. Oh, it's a hot day. Oh my gosh. So yeah, first thing, dress. I think I have 2 more things in the same fabric. But we're gonna pause and I'm gonna come back and you'll see me in a different thing. I don't know what yet. It's gonna be a surprise to both of us. And we're back. This is the microphone. Oop, it's hanging weird. Anyway, so this is 2-part outfit. This fabric, I bought and I made t-shirts for my sister and her whole family. For her now ex, and for their 3 kids. Although maybe for the youngest I made a onesie. I'm wondering now if I have this on backwards. I did not put a label in it. Naughty me. I try to with shirts that are like, which way does it go? I think I do have it backwards. Well, whatever. It pretty much looks the same either way. It's actually too long on me. It's supposed to sit at your waist. And the thing about it is it will, because this keeps coming up. But when it does that, it's all like way too blouson. And you don't get to see that I actually have a waist. Then these are yoga pants I made with a neat little zipper pocket back here. Obviously for a fountain pen. Oh, y'all, the chickens are out. Hey, ladies, what you got going on? Anyway, they're right there. So one of the reasons I wanted to make my own clothes was because I can make them fit me. So they won't be too long. But sometimes, you know, the first time you make them, you figure out, oh, this is too long. I didn't think it would be too long, but I think if I make this again, and I probably will because it's cute, I'll make it about 1 inch shorter. This is absolutely on backwards. And the pants, they are okay as far as length. I feel like they might be a bit long in the rise back here, but whatever. And they are absolutely yoga pants. Look at it, I can whoop, whoop, whoop. So pretty excited. This was just meant to be a tester, and I thought for sure that my partner would be like, what the heck about the fabric? But I think he thinks it's cute in a like silly way. And it is. Look at, there's pink tigers. I mean, what's that about? Now I want to turn it around so we can see it the other way, but it doesn't matter. So this one I'm going to call, the top I'm going to call a qualified success, because making another one, like I didn't use precious fabric or whatever, and making another one an inch shorter, that's a really simple fix. Although I'll tell you what, the sewing of this, more of a faff than I thought it would be. The yoga pants, I'm glad they turned out because this isn't tester fabric. This is fabric I bought to make them. The worst part is the zipper, but zipper's not required. So good news, if I make another pair, I can leave it off. But I think this is one of the more successful things I made. Also, like, look at it. I feel like so 80s in this. What do you think? Also, do you just, look at this sassy tiger. Okay, pausing. Oh, first, hold on. Sip of the drink. Pausing. Changing outfits. BRB. Okay. This fabric number 2, that would be 4. 2. So this one is not actually technically done. I am meant to put hooks and eyes in the front here, which is involves some hand sewing, and I don't know yet if I want to do that. I don't know if it's worth it. Like, as it is here, I can probably wear it around the house, or maybe I'll put at least one for, you know, modesty's sake. I love the sleeves. Ooh. You know what I gotta say? In the camera, I like this fabric more than I like it in person. How is that? I just finished this, and look at, okay, I am short. This is a short top, y'all. Like, belly button. Short top. This was, honestly, it was pretty easy. It involves something I absolutely hate. In fact, both pieces I'm wearing involve this, which is feeding elastic through a thing, then sewing the elastic together, and then closing that thing. Dislike. Such a hassle. In fact, this involved, and the next thing I'll show you involved a thing that turns out I hate even more, dislike even more, which is like you put elastic in on one side and you sew it down. Then you sew it down on the other side, which in this case is back here at the neckline. This is the whole neck. This whole thing's a neckline at the shoulder point. Pain in the butt. Don't like it. Then, so what do I think of the top? I think the top fits pretty well. I'm not sure, to be honest. So the shoulder point, I don't know if they're actually on my shoulder. It's supposed to sit here on your shoulder, and I think it does. The problem is my shoulder is like jacked. It's swollen. So how do I know if it's sitting there? Then the other part of this outfit is these sweatpants, lounger pants. Let's tilt you down. Okay, first off, my feet are cold. I'm gonna try not to show them to you. Also, see, they're loungy pants. I love them. Are these the thing I'm most happy with that I've made? Yes. I've already worn them a few times now. All of these have been washed because, like, the first thing you do pretty much is wash them because you've been touching it all over and it's gross. Will I make this top again? Maybe. And I don't know that I'll shorten it. To me, it's at an odd length because in theory, wouldn't I want to tuck it? And then this part, I don't know. Y'all, I don't understand fashion. Like, I sew my own clothes, but fashion, I don't get it. And plus, I'll be honest. Okay. Body image stuff incoming. Oh, my little King John fell down. I am shaped kind of like hourglass-y, and so I kind of like when you can see that I have a waist here. Although I say here, my waist is up here. It's like very short in this part. And so I want to, I would like it if things showed off that fat, but whatever. To be honest, I also just want to be comfortable. So this is a comfortable thing. The pants, A+++. I will say I made a mistake. When you put in elastic, you're supposed to stretch it first and then measure it. I forgot that first step. And so what that means is the elastic is slightly too long. So I'm considering unpicking the joining here, cutting it, joining it, the elastic to be shorter, and then re-sewing that closed. If that sounds like a hassle, yeah, I think it might be, and I don't actually love the idea of it. So that also might not happen. It has buttonholes here, so you can like put a thing through so you can tie it, a drawstring. That's the word you're looking for. A drawstring through. So I might just do that, but that's a hassle. Everything's a hassle. Okay. 2 more things. Best thing, one of them's just another shirt, so I get to leave these comfy pants on. Pausing, BRBing. Oh wait, is that true? No, I'm gonna put on the dress next. Okay. Hi. Here we go, this dress. I showed you this in my plans. In fact, I showed you a lot of these in my plans when I did that video with talking about sewing. Anyway, this dress is not an unqualified success. I had to do that elastic thing back here, and first off, I didn't sew it the way you were supposed to. So then I made it work, and I cut the elastic to the length, and it's too loose back here. So, and then the other thing is it's tied up here. Hate it. Hate it. So if I make this again, what I'm going to do probably is just turn this into straps that go in the back. Can we see how jacked my shoulder is? I think you can. Can you see it? Jacked. Not in a good way. Anyway, this goes down to the floor. I like these pockets, but they are pretty shallow. I think they're pretty low also, it feels like to me. So I don't know if I would want them higher or if I want to make them deeper. I also made this a little long. I just was like, this is probably the right length. It's really easy to shorten a dress though. Ask me how I know. And the right place on this dress, it's fine to shorten it at the bottom. Some things that's not the right thing. I did shorten it at the waist here, and I think that was the right thing. I shortened that by the right amount, so pleased with that. That measuring process worked great. This is definitely a swanning around. Oh, it's so hot. Let me have a gin and tonic. For the record, it has been raining all week, so me joking about swanning around in the heat is a joke. Though the sun is out, at least this afternoon for a little bit, so that's nice. Not that it's particularly warm. Anyway, so this is this dress. This is the indigo fabric I got from India. I almost said Africa. Different continent. From India. And I love it. I think it turned my fingers bluish as I was working with it. So I imagine that if I wear it in the heat and I get all like, if I start schwitzing, I imagine that I too will be a little bit more like a Smurf than I usually am, which is appropriate because my boss likes to joke that I'm 3 apples tall, like Smurfs. For the record, I'm probably at least 4 apples tall. Just saying. And I have one more top to try on, and I get to put my comfy pants back on. So let me pause, try on the top, we'll talk about clothes. And the last thing is, wow, this fabric, this shirt This is not the right size. So the shoulders are too far this way. It is a little bit snug that way. I wouldn't want it any looser here. But yeah, I used to have 3 versions of this shirt before I lost weight, and I loved it. But I don't think I love this. I think that I probably won't make this pattern again. It's cute, but it does not achieve anything that I'm looking for in clothing. Because it doesn't, it's just kind of binds right here. And I feel like it looks, I don't know, a bit matronly. Let me know what you think. I did have some that had, it was in this gray, like, leopard print. And when did I finish that? In 2020. And I would start my meetings with something like, hey, my adorable cats and kittens. Like somebody from a show that we were all watching back then. You know it, or you don't. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. So those are the clothes I made. How many things is that? And my pink sweats, which are like one of my favorite things I made. So I've got 5 things on hangers and 2 pairs of pants. 7 things. That's pretty good. Pretty prolific. However, none of them are unqualified successes. And that's okay, right? Like, we don't have to be perfect. These are all wearable. I do have a dress I started that I stalled out on because I think I don't like the fabric. So but that's all right. I have the fabric. I'll show it to you. And I might as well use it, you know? This is the front or the back? This is the back. To test out this pattern. I think I also suspect I won't like the pattern. So, this is this. I just think it's just like not quite the right shade. Like it's a little too brownish for me. You can see the difference, right? Like, look at this colors on me. Ooh, But maybe that's me. Let me know what you think. There's this whole thing about getting your colors done, and if it didn't cost hundreds of dollars, I would consider it. As it is, I could like just probably fake it and see what I think. Honestly, I'm probably a spring or a winter. The question is, do I look okay in black or not? Does black make me look tired? If it does, then I can't be a winter, probably. But also, it kind of seems like baloneyum because, like, they're like, well, you're a this, but actually these colors from over here also work on you. So it feels like this arbitrary thing about stuff. And who likes that? Yeah, so this was me talking about the clothes I made. I know it's not the usual thing, and don't worry, this isn't going to become like all sewing all the time, but my channel is really just about stuff that I find interesting or stuff that I'm into. And fear not, fountain pens are still up there on that list. If the theme that actually kind of goes through all the stuff I like is either food or color. So when you think color, fabric, yarn, inks, pens, paints, love all of those things. And then food is pretty simple. I like food. Especially carbs, which probably is going to be an issue, but you know, I am thinking that, what's going to come next is I have to clear off this desk that you're sitting on. So, Mockingbird just went by. So that I can film my long overdue wrap up for 30 Inks for June. The reason it's really overdue, Well, I should explain it in that video, but I've already started talking, so here we are. I'm probably going to put that one up first. Well, whatever. I'll forget. Is because of this. I haven't been able to this is my dominant arm. Haven't been able to write very much or do anything very much. And so I wanted to like do all my normal stuff or transcription with the pen and blah, blah, blah. And that's not going to happen in any reasonable amount of time. And since then, I've been writing with them in my journal, and I feel like, just, perfect is the enemy of done. I should just get a video that's done. And so that's what I'm going to do. But that's a different video. Why are you talking about that? Y'all are weird. Just kidding. Y'all bring me so much like happiness and joy and just companionship. I really appreciate everybody who watches, whether you comment or not, everybody who comments, as long as you're not being a jerk. And so far that hasn't, I've had one comment that was not so fantastic. So I really appreciate y'all. And I don't normally say this kind of thing, but if you feel like subscribing, go for it. If you don't feel like it, whatever. That's fine. I didn't for a really long time. Like, I was like, do you want me to excuse me now? Log into YouTube? I don't think so. Obviously, that's changed. At any rate, hope whenever you're watching this, you're having a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye.